My own friend convinced my husband that I cheated on him. He kicked me out of our house and now she finally said she lied. I 25F don't even know where to start, because I'm devastated. She 25F and I were best friends for over 10 years before all this happened. She was my sister, my friend, the person I trusted the most, but to her I was never anything, because if I had meant something to her she wouldn't have stabbed me in the back just because I married the man she wanted. And this is important because she did all this for that very reason. 8 years ago we met my husband 29M at college. We were in our first year and he was the assistant of one of our professors. The three of us became very good friends until he and I started dating. At that time she never told me that she had feelings for him, so I never questioned my relationship with him. During all these years I trusted her with very important things about my husband and myself. The last thing was the most important thing that I ever told her, and that was that I'm pregnant. I even told her before I told my husband because I took the pregnancy test while I was with her, because I trusted her with my whole life. And when the test came back positive we both cried because it was a planned baby. She seemed so happy that my chest hurts knowing that all that was fake. 6 months have passed since that day and my husband started acting weird. He was always mad at me for absolutely no reason until I had enough and confronted him. He told me he's mad at me because he knows the truth. I asked him what he was talking about and he showed me all the infidelity evidence he has. They were chats from a dating app between a man and me, and I use quotes because I never created that account. Someone else did, and used my photos that I never posted and that I only have on my phone. So it is impossible that someone has stolen them from my social media. In those chats, I told this man that I was pregnant and that I didn't know if it was his or my husband's. In those chats, I even talked to that man about recent sexual encounters while I was pregnant, and things like that no husband or wife wants to read about their partner. I told my husband that everything was fake and that I wanted to know where he got those screenshots, and he told me that they are screenshots of my old phone, a phone that I supposedly used to talk to other men. He told me that my best friend told him everything because she couldn't look him in the eye knowing the truth. Apparently she knew about my infidelities and told him to look for evidence on my old phone. And he did, and that's why he was acting weird the last few weeks. Of course I told him that my friend is lying and that she probably used my phone without me knowing to do that I never created any account and that I never slept with another man other than him in my whole life, but he didn't believe me. We had a fight and we called her to confront her, but all she said was that she was sorry but that she no longer wanted to keep lying to one friend to save the other's ass. We had a horrible fight but she was calm as a fucking psycho insisting that I'm a cheater. And I couldn't convince my husband that it's all a lie because the evidence indicates that I'm guilty. So he was furious and told me to pack my stuff and get out, that he wanted a divorce and a paternity test. I went to my mother's house and we did the paternity test, which obviously indicates that the baby is his. But still he didn't believe me that I didn't cheat on him. We had a few more fights after we did the paternity test, and I ended up in the hospital because of the stress. And apparently that made my so-called friend see reason, because she told my husband that everything he saw was fake and that it was she who made both accounts, mine and that of the man I was supposedly cheating on him with. She said that she did it because she was jealous because, since I'm pregnant, he doesn't pay attention to her anymore and that she lost her mind and acted in the worst way possible. She also said that now she's really sorry, that she never thought all this would go this far and that she thought he'd just get mad for a few days and then forgive me because she knew that he loves me too much to forgive me for anything. Since she confessed all that, He apologized in 1,000 ways and we've talked a lot about what happened, and we have decided to give ourselves the space we need, and we will start going to therapy, but I don't know if that will be enough. Our relationship is at its worst, it's screwed up and I'm afraid we can't work this out. And how could we? We said and did horrible things. During a fight he told me to pack my stuff, I refused and he took me by the arm to do it. And he was hurting me, so I pushed him and he hit a piece of furniture, and that's when he took me by the arms again, but this time he did it to shake me. But he's much stronger than me. Not only am I skinny compared to him, but he's also really tall, and when he did that, he really hurt me. And I don't know if we can be who we were in the past again. In the past we almost never fought, and if we did, there was never any violence involved. How can we fix this, other than therapy? Update. Thank you for all the messages you sent me and the comments you left on my first post, I really appreciated it. Things have gotten a lot better since then. We talked to my now ex-friend, and she admitted to using my old phone to create that fake profile and also to message the other man, and I use quotes because that man never existed, it was her. She used that phone when she came to my house every day, since we had a business together. She knew where the phone was and she also knew that no one ever used it. So she had everything perfectly planned out, which is scary because she really needs help. I mean, with all this, it is more than clear that she is a psychopath and needs help. She said all the things she did. And she had even told my husband that she drove me meet that man so many times, and she told him that I made her pay with her card for the hotel where I met that man, and the truth is that I was never in any of those hotels, but all of that was right there, and it looked real, so of course he believed her. She has been my friend for many years, but she has also been friends with him for over 8 years, so we trusted her and we never thought she would do something like that. And when she started telling all those lies, it sounded real. In fact, the messages and everything looked very real, and I understand why my husband believed it, and if it had been the other way around, maybe I would have believed it too. On the other hand, my husband and I are still trying to cope with all this. After that violent episode, things got really hard between us. It is not easy to save a marriage once violence is involved, but we are trying. I came back home and for now things are fine, but sometimes it's really warm here and I wear t-shirts and he doesn't even want to look at me, because I still have the bruises from his hands on my arms. And they don't look too bad now, but they're still there after almost 2 months of that episode, and I'm guessing they'll take a while to go away since I'm a very pale person and my skin is very sensitive. But my arms don't hurt anymore or anything like that, so I don't mind the bruises. He has apologized for what he did and I forgave him because it was something that affected us both, and I understand that we both got violent and were both guilty for screwing up our relationship. But like I said, we're still trying to get over it. And I guess it will take a while to get over it. It won't be easy, but we are willing to work hard so that everything will get better by the time our baby arrives in a few weeks. That's why we started individual and couples therapy, so we hope everything gets better. Now we are focused on that. We're preparing her room and buying things for her. And for now that's working. Our relationship is slowly getting back to how it was before, and I'm really happy about that because we've loved each other for 8 years and the last thing I wanted was to throw away our relationship after all that time, because I know how our relationship was and I know that this was the first time that we both reacted like this, and we promised each other that it will never happen again and we will do everything possible so that it does not happen again. So that's all. Once again, thank you to everyone who has supported me, whether through messages or just by caring enough to check in. It means the world. Thank you. If you like the story, don't forget to leave a comment and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the next story.